school choice advocate and a Latina who has switched parties. She was a Democrat, now she's voting Republican. Valeria Gurr joins me now. Okay, Valeria, why did you switch?
Hi, thank you for having me. I think my community has been left behind by the Democrats. They have made a lot of promises to us, but under-deliver. And, you know, I'm personally tired of hearing all that. And education is a prominent issue in my community. Perhaps all the reports are showing that Latinos want to have quality access to education. And school choice is an issue that they care about. And I have not seen them take us seriously when it comes to giving us quality education and leaving our community behind over and over.
During the pandemic and the lockdown and all the rest of it, how did charter schools, religious schools, private schools, voucher systems, how did they perform? Did they manage to stay open and teach the kids?
Well, it depended. Every state was different. In states like Florida, they remain open, and you're seeing the NAEP scores actually are better for the states that remain open. But in states like Nevada, they force all the schools to close, including private schools.
But you want to see more school choice.
So the results are very similar. And in states like mine, the results were not good.
Okay. Can I just ask you, what is your stance on the border?
On the border, I think that is, for my community, essentially one of the things that we really care and want to see is the economy and quality of education. So I think the Republicans are doing a better job on those issues, and I think that's where you're seeing 13% of Hispanics actually coming to the Republican Party, because we came to this country to work hard, to want better for our kids. And we want our kids to be able to have access to quality education, and school choice is one of the issues that we care about. So I don't know much about the border, and I don't have really a great answer for that, but I will tell you that families and Latino students want their kids to do better. We came to this country because we're hardworking, and we love this country as well. So I think that you're seeing more Latinos coming to the Republican Party because it matches our values. And essentially the few review article that came out just a few days ago shows that Latinos cares about the economy by 80% and 17% education.
Have you lost confidence in the public schools?
Completely. I'm just tired of hearing the same, we're gonna fix the state of education, and not seeing any changes. I actually work for the teachers union, thinking that we can do better, that we can help the teachers, and it was very naive of me to think that we're gonna bring the changes. I think that the only change that this country needs and needed now is a school choice.
Wait a second, you used to work for the union. You used to work for the teachers union, and you left it and you switched. Do you blame the teachers' union for what ails and what troubles the public schools?
I do. The only solution that they have is to increase taxes. And that's not the only solution. The solution is a school choice. Families, we need to give the power to the parents, back to them. They know what is best for their kids, and every child learns different. And when it comes to the Hispanic community, their support is 77% to 83% on a school choice, but they don't listen. So I lost faith completely. It's all about politics, and it's not about kids. It's not about the children. And the NAEP scores are showing that we just lost decades of learning.
Yeah.
And what is the answers to them? So our kids want to have a seat at the table, and essentially we're saying, no, you don't have it. If you're not born in a wealthy community and you go to a failing public school, you have to stay there. So that's not fair. I think that we need to give fair chances to our children so they are able to succeed. I'm proof of the American dream. I was also stuck in a failing public school, but I had to fight really, really hard to get my education in this country. And I want more children to have access to that.
Well done.
Only 19% of Hispanics are able to access to careers and to universities and to have a fair shot at the American dream. And the American dream promise is broken without quality education.
You're right. School choice is where it's at. That's my opinion, and yours too, I think. Valeria, thank you very much for joining us. We do appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.